Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Great article here from Urgent Communications. I will leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So, we got breaking news. We got a breaking, developing story. So, it is looking like a circulation order has made it to the desk of the FCC, and it is looking like they will approve the 4.9 for AT&T. That's what it's looking like. I don't know if this leaked, if somebody got the information, but I got the members, you guys are already up to date on this. If you'd like to follow that membership, a link to that will be in the description. The FCC commissioners could be on the verge of approving new rules for the 4.9 gigahertz spectrum band that would give the first net authority effective control of the public safety airways. That's all we need right there. This would give them access, so AT&T would essentially get spectrum that's valued at about $14 billion for free with this approval. And there's going to be a lot of agencies like the CERCI that are going to be disappointed in this development. I've spoken with a lot of people about it, how they feel about it, and they said it's FirstNet's spectrum. It's essentially assigned for FirstNet. AT&T bid it on the FirstNet contract, and they won it. They are the network for first responders. There's no sense in splitting up the spectrum with other agencies when AT&T is the network for first responders. So that's most of the feedback that I'm getting. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, let you guys in on it. When this becomes official, which very likely it will sometime this week, AT&T will get 50 megahertz of 4.9 spectrum. And this will be reimbursed by the government. So if AT&T needs to put up additional capital to deploy this quickly, they can do that, right? They'll have Ericsson make equipment, since they are now one vendor, right? Ericsson. And then they go and deploy. They will need further densification for this. They will have to come up with a densification plan under FirstNet to further densify the network to make this work. 4.9 is a much higher frequency than even C-band. So yes, they will have to tighten that grid a little bit more. They will have to deploy it on C-RAN. If it's a macro spectrum, a macro band, they're going to have to tighten that macro grid. They're going to have to build more sites. They're going to have to densify. That's just something that they're going to have to do. There is no way around it. If they want this spectrum to work, they're going to have to spend money. So essentially, for the first responder, once this is official, they will have N79 and N14 at some point, right? Whenever they can move over to the 5G core, the standalone, right? The FirstNet portion. Once they get that into the core with all that spectrum, additional fiber, I think it'll run beautifully. It'll be much faster than what it is today on just the 10 by 10. And it can be prioritized and dedicated to first responders. Now, again, where most people have the issue with this, AT&T is going to use this for the consumer too. They can treat it like what T-Mobile is doing once they move it over to the standalone 5G core. They can run it in a similar fashion. They can slice the spectrum and prioritize it for first responders. They can do that too. But the consumer will have access to this spectrum as well. So AT&T is going to be very fast very soon. They're going to be quite fast. They're going to have a lot of capacity on air. They can possibly sell additional FWA with this. I mean, the possibilities in my book are endless. But this is all we know right now, that the FCC is voting in favor of this. And AT&T/FirstNet will soon have an additional 50 megahertz of mid-band to deploy for first responders. And it's needed, right? It's really needed if you think about it. If T-Mobile is going to do what they're doing with T-Priority and they're dedicating all of their spectrum to it, it's going to be a very fast experience for first responders, especially as new use cases emerge. And then T-Mobile still has C-band, so you can't compete against that with just band 14. and that still being on LTE, right? So AT&T needs more mid-band to dedicate for first responders, and that will probably get them also to accelerate the 5G core deployment for FirstNet, right? So we'll see how this turns out. Stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.